My name's Brian Heffernan. I'm a member of the Taxi Charity for Military Veterans. Last summer, we visited 8 of these veterans of Operation Market Garden, which took place in September 1944. And these are their stories.
Hello, my name is Ray Whitwell. I am a veteran of Market Garden. Right, I was 20 years of age and called up and went down to Ramsgate in Kent. And we met at the station by a sergeant who said, "Come on, you lot." And we were taken to a hotel and we were given 2 blankets, taken to another room and said, "That's how you're sleeping." And I'd never had that before. So we slept on the floor with our boots as a pillow and 1 blanket beneath us and 3 over the top. And on the 1st of January 1940, we sailed over to France. We was a petrol company, and I had a 3-ton Bedford, and we were taking petrol to places like Rouen, which was in about 40 miles away, and anywhere else where it was wanted. And the petrol was in tins which were leaking all the time. It was a nuisance. As the Germans entered Belgium, and then we were all driven into Belgium as well. We were told that we were being beaten and we were going to Dunkirk to get back to England. The vehicle I was driving, I left it out in a wood just outside Dunkirk, and on the beach, as I would call it, there were thousands and thousands of English troops. And I thought, well, this is no place for me. We're never going to get off this way. So there was English vehicles that had been left outside Dunkirk. So I had been driving a small Austin, and I had the key in my pocket, and I found it, and then I set off for the coast, 200 miles. Well, I went to a place called Lille first, and on Lille station there was about 20 English nurses, all volunteers and all top class. And I took them to the station master, and one of them could speak English, and we told him we wanted to go to Le Havre, which was 250 miles away. And, oh, no chance, he said, you'll have to. So I said, well, in my van, I've got lots and lots of petrol. I'll exchange the petrol for the journey to go to Le Havre. He agreed to that, and we set off in a railway carriage with the nurses, and we were told to keep down, keep out of sight. And when we got to Le Havre, it was about 8 o'clock at night, still late, and the station was just about 100 yards from the dock. And we walked down. In the dock was this French, Dutch rather, fishing vessel. The man spoke English, we exchanged stories, and he said, well, I'm going to Southampton in the morning. If you want to come along. And that was it, and I was out. After I got settled down, I was sent out to North Africa, and then to Sicily, and then to Italy. And then we were sent back to England to do Operation Market Garden in Holland. And I flew from an airfield down in Salisbury Plain, and I had, in the glider, I had a jeep with a trailer loaded with ammunition and hand grenades. And we took off and flew over the North Sea and eventually got to Holland, where we pressed the button and we were free from the towing plane. When you get into a glider and get into a jeep loaded with ammunition and hand grenades, and you set off, you wonder what's going to happen, how you're going to land at the other end. The pilot, who was just an amateur, took us down and landed us in a field in Holland. And from there, we went, we were all in a perimeter, and the Germans were attacking from two sides, and we were defending it, and in the end, we beat them, because there wasn't too many of them. In Holland, we were sent out to find some items that had been dropped by English supply, but every time they dropped it, we'd moved, and the Germans got it, and we went out and tried to get some of it back, but we didn't have much success, although we did get one or two items. No, I always knew that I was coming back, and I took every bit of precautions, like taking cover among bushes or in houses or anywhere where there was any cover. I used it, which I thought was common sense. I was still in Holland, and we had a party with the Dutch people. Everybody was so happy, and they found wine and drink from somewhere, and we had a party in the streets, and it was actually wonderful, really. Oh, I'm just ordinary.